When Jesus sent out 72 evangelists to preach the gospel, in Luke's account, chapter 10, they return and they're excited. I'm telling you, these guys are so wound up. Jesus has sent out 72. They come back. Satan is subject to us. The devils go out. They're so excited. They have done so much for Jesus. And in Luke chapter 10, they're telling Jesus about this. Verse 17, the 72 returned with joy, saying, Lord, even the demons are subject to us in your name. And he said to them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Jesus said, I saw him. You cast him down. He fell like lightning. Behold, I have given you authority to tread on serpents and scorpions over the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. But look at verse 20 with me. This is the kicker. He says, nevertheless, do not rejoice in this, that the spirits are subject to you, but rejoice that your names are written in heaven. Having one's name written in heaven means that Jesus knows who we are, that he recognizes us as his disciples, as his followers. In Revelation chapter 20 and verse 12, we read about a book of life when Jesus told the 72 that their names were written in heaven. He is referring to this book of life. The book of life is first mentioned in the Bible, as far as I could find it, in the book of Exodus. From Exodus to Revelation, everyone who has been saved, every child of God has their name recorded in the book of life. In Revelation 20 and verse 12, John says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before the throne, and the books were opened. Then another book was opened, which is the book of life. And the dead were judged by what was written in the books, according to what they had done. And the sea gave up the dead which were in it, and death and Hades gave up the dead who were in them. And they were judged, each one of them, according to what they had done. Then death and Hades was thrown into the lake of fire. This is the second death, the lake of fire. If anyone's name was not found written in the book of life, he was thrown into the lake of fire. You see how important it is to have your name. We sang the song, Is My Name Written There? On the page white and fair, in the book of thy kingdom, is my name written there. It's more important to have our name written in the book of life, and we should rejoice to have our name written in the book of life more than we should rejoice overcoming Satan. More than we should rejoice about overcoming trials and temptations, we should rejoice having our name written in the book of life. Those who die in Christ are written, or will be judged by what is written based on how we lived here on the earth. If a person's name is not written in that book of life, they do not even have a chance. We would maybe use the expression, they don't even have a prayer. You see, the way I read this, those who are not written in the book of life will never even have the opportunity to stand before the judgment seat. Their doom is already sealed. Their place of destination is sure. It is only those whose names are written in the book of life who will have the opportunity to stand before God in judgment. And you know what? When I stand before God in judgment, I will be condemned but for one thing. But for one thing I will be condemned. I will be condemned except for the blood of Christ. The blood that covers my sins. The blood that allows me to have that relationship with Jesus. In Matthew chapter 7, there's a group of people gathered together. And Jesus tells this, Matthew chapter 7, and in verse 21, Jesus says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven." We can go up and we can greet the President of the United States, but he may not know us. At the end of time, we may go up and we may greet God, but he may not know us. Jesus says, "But the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven, on that day many will say to me, 'Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name, and cast out demons in your name, and do many mighty works in your name?' And then I will declare to them, 'I never knew you.'" It's not because Jesus is going to have Alzheimer's. It's because these people never took the time, the initiative to build a relationship with Jesus. "I never knew you. Depart from me, ye workers of lawlessness." I have one closing thought today, and that comes from the 101st Psalm. I'd like to go back there for a moment and read that. Psalm 101 is a very short psalm. So I would like for us to look at the entire psalm. I would like to read that and just have you think about it. It's a psalm of David, a man after God's own heart. David says, I will sing of the steadfast love of the Lord. I will sing of the steadfast love and justice to you, O Lord. I will make music. I will ponder the way that is blameless. Oh, when will you come to me? I will walk with integrity of heart within my house. I will not set my eyes on anything that is worthless. I hate the works of those who fall away. It shall not cling to me. A perverse heart shall be far from me. I will know nothing of evil. Whoever slanders his neighbor secretly, I will destroy. Whoever has a haughty look and an arrogant heart, I will not endure. I will look for with favor on the faithful in the land, that they may dwell with me. He who walks in the way that is blameless shall minister to me. No one who practices deceit shall dwell in my house. No one who utters lies shall continue before my eyes. Morning by morning I will destroy all the wicked in the land, cutting off all the evildoers from the house of the Lord. You see, it's not that God is heartless. God simply doesn't know those who do not know him. At the end of the day, the only thing that we need to do is to build a relationship with God. A relationship that is, well, we can't have a relationship with someone we don't know even exists. We know that God exists by hearing his word. And we believe his word. We believe in the Jesus that we read about in the Bible. We realize that we're imperfect, just like the rich young ruler realized his imperfections. And he came to Jesus. But you know what that rich young ruler didn't do? He didn't follow Jesus. Jesus says, whoever shall confess me before men, him will I confess before my Father who is in heaven. And lastly, as we looked at, Jesus requires us to be baptized. He that believeth and is baptized shall be saved. He that believeth not shall be condemned. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult unless we're too attached to something besides Jesus. What might be standing in our way? here today and we can help you in any way, I would encourage you to make your wants and wishes known as we sing 312.